these physicists should be producing 52 physics research. However, with the power of Nanite Ascension, they're instead producing 977, a 19 times increase. How, you might be asking? Because of this incredible, and probably soon to be nerfed, building. In this video, I'm going to run through how you set up a build to maximize getting to this building and Nanite Ascension, then how to build your planets to produce an efficient, insane amount of tech. And I may even make a few mistakes along the way that you can avoid in your run through. Let's get into it. So here is the Empire build. I've just realized how blue this looks, but it's gonna go insane. Everything here has a purpose, but obviously running, nah, I'm all night. Or the nanites to rush a Nanite Ascension. How would you get Nanite Ascension? You need Unity. We're combining Rogue Servitor and Genesis Architects to get an absurd amount of Unity. Rogue Servitor gives us bio trophies, which we have to pamper, but they give us Unity and more specialist output. Then, with Genesis Architects, our colonies will be more expensive, but every time we settle a planet, we get Pre-Sapience, which will give us Unity influence, and eventually we uplift them for more Unity, and then we turn them into bio trophies. It's very self-synergistic. It's very nice. With Remnants, for a future reason, you'll see why. And then we've obviously just gone like meta machine traits, adaptive frames for all the good traits, mass-produced, we want pops, and research assistants for research jobs. In terms of our bio trophies, we do have invasive species, as for every negative trait, they get 5% habitability and pop growth, and we have 4 of them, so 20%. Quick maths. This build, as always, is good on pretty much any settings. We're Grand Admiral mid-game scaling at EF50, so we don't die instantly, because I don't want to reset a run. We sped up tech and growth slightly. Let's get into it. Now, the Remnant origin starts us on a relic world and gives us archaeotechs, which we can abuse to potentially use artillery corvettes later on, but also we'll eventually be able to turn this into an eco-monopolis, which is going to help with our tech abuse that we will get to, but we can't get that yet, as we need to get the Nanite Ascension. So how do we get there? Well, to start, let's get the better tech building. More Unity will be nice, yes, and more tech. We still want tech. Let's do the standard serving our worlds. We'll go for the bigger one first. This is size 21. This is size 14. And we have so many consumer goods because we just get a bunch of them. Okay. I mean, you can work them for now. We will just sell pretty much all of them. Genesis Arc only costs energy and alloys. I'm going to check my Discord to see the sell costs for consumer goods because I always forget. It is 32. Let's sell max before inflation kicks in. You can join the Discord. The link is in the description. And then we'll probably just want to like buy some energy, buy some minerals, and then see where our economy is at. We're also going to want to explore with one of our military ships, send them off, find more planets. We do want to play wide, but we are going to switch to Isolationist for the 10% Unity. The 10% outpost build cost is not going to matter too much. Maybe we could have waited till we got these planets, but I don't care. Bismarck ticks over. We still have a spare 10 trade. Let's get a few more minerals going then. In terms of the first tradition, I think it's got to be prosperity. Mining station output, less infrastructure costs, more resources, less upkeep. It just helps the economy go crazy at the start of the game. We have enough minerals for our first building. We can see bio trophies are producing us a nice 58 Unity. We can bump that up more with the simulation site, more Unity from jobs and our maintenance drones if we ever get any. We'll produce some. However, I do think we need more alloys. Grow our bio trophy jobs as we are almost at max, as the archives does give bio trophy jobs, which is pretty nice. So let's build that. That's just going to give a bunch of everything, and then we can go for the Unity. We do want alloys and all that. We don't really need the consumer goods too much, but okay, that's just what it's going to be. We're just going to have a big surplus of consumer goods. So we're already at resources from jobs. Unity is flowing very nicely. I think we can stop buying as many energy. We need a little bit more alloys. We can now afford our first Genesis Arc. Get them going. Now we probably need energy. Start of the game, you really want to maximize what resources you're buying, as it can really boost you up. Let's get the monthly Unity and plus Unity. That's just going to help a bunch. We go from 62 to 73, just like that. Reduce upkeep from jobs. Let's set the construction ship over here. We just need alloys. Now we can't actually build any more districts, but we could build an alloy foundry, which is tempting me. I'm doing it because star bases will let us get energy and food as well. Allies are so good on machine empires. Prosperity is now done. Obviously, let's go tech ascendancy. More research speed is helpful, gets the economy going. More monthly Unity again, and a bulk load. So we will grab xenobiological lab. We can go our next ascension. I mean, since we're going to be expanding so much, I think expansion could be really good. Let's go for it. And then we'll get the 5% to unity, I think. So energy is very important as it's going to be for our colony ships, but also we have a bunch of blockers due to the origin that will give us a bunch of minor artifacts, which is going to be very nice. As the Faculty of Archaeo Study is giving minor artifacts per Archaeo Engineer, Animal Society, but we're paying that energy upkeep, so energy is a bit rough early on. We can now colonize our first planet though. We'll absolutely nab that 4 energy from the star, thank you very much. We do get colonial remains, which lowers building and district costs, which is very nice, and we can increase colony development speed. I did just get my leader killed. That's very bad. Whoops. We'll go explore the science ship. I am saving alloys so much because we absolutely want to get the Ark ASAP. Okay, we have enough alloys, but not enough energy, so let's stop buying alloys. I mean, our energy's negative. Oh, it's because we weren't buying them. I should have been selling food off the start. A slight misplay. I'll just bulk sell it. We can buy a bit of energy and get our Ark going again. So our only way to get unity is through biotrophies. There's no jobs that will produce them, which is a bit annoying, and we want to keep having space for them to grow, so we will get that organic sanctuary. I do think we should just tone down consumer goods a bit. I do not need this many consumer goods. We're already selling the map, so I'll get to like +0, and then those jobs can work other jobs because we're not actually working all of the menial drone jobs. There we go. Perfect. Percent mechanical pop speed. So we get Genesis project complete. We get influence and unity and epigenic triggers, which is a society research, which we will be able to uplift them, which then we can then use them to actually, instead of being pre-sapients, we can make them biotrophies. I want to favorite replicators all the time. For some reason, the game doesn't like to work them. You absolutely want replicators working, as they will build your pops, and then you build a machine assembly plant to go along with that. So we actually have a lot of alloys now. I'm going to replace the crew quarters or service umbilicals with 2 ships. I don't care about reducing that upkeep. Let's get Hydro Bay, and let's upgrade this star base so we can get solar panels and Hydro Bays going. It's going to help our early game economy a lot. And then I'm going to want another science ship, I think, to go and explore. We need planets. This tech is very expensive. Don't think it's necessarily worth going right now, although all these tech options suck. So let's just do it. Why not? And on our planet, we can get the xenobiological lab, which is going to give us more society research, which will help even more. We'll survey to this planet. We can get another scientist, so I will build another science ship. Now we can sell all that excess food, and we basically just want to try and buy maximum minerals to keep building these planets up. And on this starbase, solar panels produce energy. For 50 alloys, they'll eventually pay themselves off, and we can build a hydro bay. And then we just want to spam starbases, basically. That early game economy. We can whack fortify the border on for more upgrade speed and more starbase cap. And we got to go for unity from jobs on our governor. Absolutely. We can have the materials workshop, we can build that. Again, more Genesis, 1,000 unity and 50 influence, and more progress to this tech, which is very nice. We're well on our way to getting that 3rd ascension. We do need 3 ascension perks to get Nanite Ascension, so we're basically halfway there in 7 years. How has this gone up to 3,800? What? I guess the organic sanctuary. Yeah. Genesis Preserve also gives more unity and society research. So unity will not be an issue. However, energy is looking to be an issue for some reason. Stop it. Expansion is now done. Get another ascension perk. None of these are that good now, but Archaeo Engineers might actually be really good later on in the game because we have minor artifact income already. So we'll go for that. We do now have the tech to uplift. When we uplift, we'll get them as biotrophies, and we'll get stuff on the planet, I think, but it does take a while. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it, but these techs, again, they're not that good, so we may as well start uplifting. And we probably should have also built organic sanctuaries on these worlds. I forgot to do that. And then we want to probably move over some pops to actually start them growing on these planets. That was a skill issue. We can now go another tradition. In terms of what helps us now, it's probably discovery. We can get the research speed, which is going to be really good when our science goes insanely crazy once Nanite Ascension is done. Our science ship got attacked. Great. So I will resettle some biotrophies over to each planet just to get them growing. No, they built a starbase on this planet. I was expanding there. So now we've uplifted. We get a bulk of unity. Genesis Preserve is gone. We get unity from jobs and Archaeo Engineering unit jobs plus 200. That is on our capital. And we can see that by the monument, which is giving us more society jobs, which means we can uplift quicker. So I'm just going to keep uplifting. I don't care about society. We want that unity. This is how we're going to get it. More uplift. Yes. And then we uplift you. Almost there. 13 years in. You can see now they're biotrophies as well, which is giving us more unity monthly. And they give specialist output, which is pretty nice. I've been trying to get these to work. Resource jobs, please. It's very very annoying we haven't had many planets, but with our starting free, we should easily get the Nanite Ascension pretty soon. And then our tech will be fixed. I mean, we're at 200, but it's mainly all in society research, which is then going crazy elsewhere. Also, I haven't had room to actually build the physics workshop, which is really annoying. All these buildings are needed. Another uplift, 3,000 unity. Discovery is now done. More research speed, and we can go synthetic age. Now all the unity we're going to save up. We're going to stay on real time, which does lower unity output, but it's fine. Full nanotech research results, absolutely. We have found the creator order. We absolutely want to get assisted in research for that extra research speed. Well, pop growth speed. We're at 215 unity. That's quite mental. We do want to get the more science ships going. We want to just basically go and survey everything now. We want to expand and survey, get as many systems as we can because it's really good for Nanite Ascension. We just finally got specialization. We are playing on 4.0.13, which I think in the next patch they're going to make those techs way more common, which would be very nice, because getting stuck without them sucks. And we have all 5 of our scientists going crazy. We're now producing nanites. We're going to make everything our main priority because it just gives us stuff. It's vitally important you don't spend your unity. We're saving it to try and instantly complete Nanite Ascension. We're getting a bunch of unity for meeting these people. Sure. I'm actually going to improve relations with them. I want them to be friendly while we're building up. So we're now producing some living metals. Let's just sell one. It will bump our trade up very nicely. One is worth 14 to sell. And we do the same with virtuality, but at the end we'll take Nanite Ascension, of course. We have a continental world here. We may as well try and inhabit it. More unity, more planets. This looks like an insane energy world too, which means this could start being minerals as well. We're actually trapped in by shardlings. We'll deal with them now. We've done like no military techs, but it's fine. And because we went full virtual, we're also producing 33 energy and 0.6 dark matter. Very nice. Now we reshape as nanomachines.
Nanomachines, son.
We can clear some out so we can keep expanding. And now we finish nanotech. We have nanotech, which means we get a bunch of stuff like the nanite research facility. This is where it basically goes broken. So we removed the xenobiological lab. We did build the nanite research facility. Look how much research per those jobs we get. Yes, we do have a nanite upkeep. We're at +5, so it's going to kill us a little bit. But this is not planet limited, so we can fill every building slot with these, and our scientists will produce so much. We might actually want to start this on a planet that we're just founding, because our capital is responsible for a lot of our income at the minute. This does mean the hydro bays need to go, and we need to get nanite harvesters everywhere. They cost a lot of alloys. That is fine. And we can go through here. We get like nanite techs, basically. We also produce nanites via buildings and stuff. So now we're at plus 11 nanites. So I think we're just going to want spam nanite jobs on this planet, I think. We can do a research world, which will reduce the upkeep. We found Bethesda Softworks. You can submit empires that can show up in the game from just $5 a month. Help support the channel and me making these videos. Greatly appreciated. Okay, we can now subsume worlds, which again is busted. You'll see why. Let's start subsuming this world, the one we just got. Now it's based on your planet size, so it will take a certain amount of time depending. We will just let it do its thing, and this will become an insane technological world. And we just got 20% research for 5 years on everything. Okay, so you can see now nanites are starting to be produced on these star bases. We will come along and construct on that. Nanite Ascension can now be done. We get some edicts. We don't really care too much. The finisher effect is pretty good though. Get the nanite interdictor. We will be able to build nanite ships. But the nanite harvester yield improves every 5 years, which will either increase the nanite deposits or yield a sum of nanites. And obviously empire size from planets is reduced by half. That's why I wanted to play tall, but we've only got 4 planets so far, but that's fine. So we do have the nanite research facility, but we're not working any researcher jobs yet. Let's speed this up a little bit. Let's move some pops over. We don't need logistic drones or hunter seeker drones. So you can see here, with just 1 down, we're producing 22 society from 144 pops. That's 1.4 pops in the old patch. The base is 8. The base is 8. And that's with 1. We can stack them well, not infinitely, but with a lot of stuff. And as we subsume the world, the generator mining and agriculture districts can become science districts, which lets us place even more nanite research facilities. Our tech is about to go absolutely through the roof. We just need the nanites to support that, but we will be obviously ramping up the nanites with all the star bases that we're currently spamming down. And hopefully we can get an arc furnace or Dyson swarm soon. That would be very nice. Nanite actuates also give us more research speed. We'll whack that on. We are fine on nanites for now. Then we do have a spare ascension perk. I think we want more star bases. Let's get more star bases. Now, the weird thing about these is they only produce +3 on physicists, biologists, and engineers, which means it doesn't actually count towards the nano researcher jobs, which is so odd. But we essentially don't want to work these and actually build research enclaves so we can build lots of nexuses and focus on the research jobs. It's so weird. I don't understand, but that's just how it is. We can reform our government and add a new civic. We may as well go astro mining bays, which is going to give us so much output from our mining stations and stuff, but not from the workers. But that's fine. We just want our planets to pump anything but basic resources. Unfortunately, though, our star bases... they don't get changed. We have been given astro mining, which is slightly worse on the base output, but it gives 15% mining output. We will eventually want to go through and change all those. Maybe it's bugged. Maybe it's meant to change automatically. I don't know. Yeah, we ideally don't want to work the nanotech people. We work all the other jobs because we only have 110 and they're producing 13 each. And 35 here. We are struggling with minerals. We need arc furnace. We did kind of kill our mineral production by taking astro mining. It was worth it. I think we go now unyielding because we can get way cheaper star bases, which we obviously do want to spam. And we have now subsumed this world. So we do get these nexus districts, which we can build and then specialize them into whatever we want. It's ridiculous. I got the lost amoeba. We are not naming it Bubbles. We are naming it Boomer. I need the arc furnace so bad. I should not have taken astro mining. Combined with this, we're getting like no minerals from our jobs. An arc furnace solves everything, so we're just gonna have to keep upping our research, I guess. We need to spam nanite research facilities. That's the only way. Please give me arc furnace. Yeah, they're producing 63 when their base is 14, and the more we get here, the better. The economy is finally stabilizing. I still don't have the arc furnace. Our tech is going crazy. We have 257. That's 2.5 pops in the old system. Is producing 100. If I could afford to do it on my capital, we would be laughing with science, but I messed up the economy a little bit. Starbase upgrade cost is now half. We have 27 star bases we can make, so let's just go and make every single star base. And then we do astro mining bays everywhere. And if it's a good resource, we absolutely put astro mining hub, which gives 10% more mining station output. If it's not great, we'll put a hydro bay or a nanite harvester, but our nanites are fine. It's so annoying. We have to keep coming in here and manually getting rid of them. But yeah, the science is going crazy. More nanite research facilities, more. An ancient cloud nanomiss is exactly what we want. We have a bit of minor artifacts, actually max. We can use them and the arc furnace. Oh, okay. It's coming together now.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Bit of a slow start, but if you get these techs early, it can go mad. Because now we can go through and just upgrade all our stuff, and it doesn't cost too much because of the reduction. So once these are all done, we're going to want to build these nexus districts so we can get more building slots, which puts more nanite research complexes on. Excellent. And Dyson Swarm. Oh my gosh, we could have had that a while ago now. 19 deposits there. 16, 19. It's obviously the 19s. Also, minor artifact ship cost reduction here as well. We can now scale. It took us a little bit, but we will be able to scale. We now have the ancient cloud launchers. So they have shield and armor penetration and do hull damage and have 100 range. We don't actually have a combat computer yet, but we can make this corvette an artillery corvette and have hundreds of them destroying everything from far range and just penetrating. Is a bit dumb. Now we're just lacking alloys. Our energy's absurd. Now we have one of these districts. We can change it into a research enclave, which can give us more. Remember, this is 4 pops in the old system producing 223. Well, actually 3.6 pop. Unlimited power. So we do have combat computers now. They have artillery, which means we'll stay at the longest range, which is 100, which is quite big. We don't have enough power. We need engines, damn it. There we go. We now have 3 slots where we can put nanite research facilities. Now, we could also do material labs, but they only give +1. And I think at max, they'll give +3. I'm not sure. I think the nanites are just far better. Okay, research enclaves are coming. This is definitely taking a bit to ramp up, but now our economy is going crazy. Like 2,400 pops, which would be 24 pops, is producing almost 1,000 science. They're going to put a planet cap on that, but they haven't yet. And we can even upgrade it to get a +1 for each, which is definitely not worth going for until we've built loads. 15% output will be nice. Finally finish unyielding, which reduces starbase upkeep. I'm getting claimed. That's fine. We'll just start actually building fleets. Probably spend my influence. That was pretty dumb not to do it when it was full. More systems means more starbases, which means more resources. I realize if we're planning on taking lots of systems, we probably should have reduced our claim cost by 20%. It's fine. I forgot to do the artifactic exhibition. I literally knew I needed to do that, but we can get 10% more bio output just for 100 artifacts. It's so worth just clicking that on every single planet that you can do it on. Up to 2k tech now. This is just insane. Basically 28 pops. Not even that, like basically 6 pops for the last patch, producing 553 society. And of course the other stuff is insane. The only problem is the trade upkeep. The deficits cost a lot because they're nanites. Hey, we're trying to produce as many damn resources as we can from star bases. Do you know how busted these are? The planetary supercomputer gives +2 and you have a planet limit of 1. These give +3. It's dumb. Oh, the Great Khan just spawned right on my border. Are you serious? Build quick. That's so typical. No, my economy. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. Okay, they do damage to them. We can try and hold them off a bit, but it's not great. Keep running. No. I'm so annoyed. They have 100k coming at me because I put it to freaking crisis strength. I think I have to surrender just because I was not ready for that at all. No, they're gonna take my core array. You gotta be kidding me. Well, the main point of this video was to show how strong a nanite world could be if you built up. So I realized I did have an energy shortage, so I've cheated a little bit to stop the energy shortage, to show you the full output of this planet. It's not even full. This will get to about 3,000 science when you're working the 690 jobs. You can see the base is 48 and it's producing 860 for the society. Physics is going even more burr. This is mental. I think there was a lot of things you could do better. Mainly don't go astro mining drones until you have killer structures set up, because that killed my economy and slowed me down massively. You can build up these massive, really pop efficient research fields. You just need the trade, because look at those deficits. I was trying to set up a trade world to help with that. They don't produce that much trade. It's very annoying. However, you can definitely get insane tech with this. You just probably have to play a bit more aggressive and a bit more expansive. This definitely could be saved, but it's fine. It's the proof of concept. If you enjoyed this and want a really fast start OP empire build, and it's a challenge, check out my civilian only run. It goes even more mental.